Hey, welcome back to Undefined Therapy. And today we're talking about self-care. Self-care routines that you will actually stick to. We all started out January 1 with those New Year resolution. And where you at now? Because we in September. What's that looking like? But I'm not judging. I'm making this video because of the fact that I want you to be able to create your self-care routine. I want you to add self-care. I want you to be able to have a plan that you can actually stick to until the end of the year and hopefully much, much further. Of course, you're going to have to critique it and maybe change up some things or maybe add some things. But creating a routine establishes structure and a plan. So let's start off. What is self-care? Well, self-care. You are adding care for yourself. Now, I know that social media is going to make you feel like it's about bath bombs and facials all the time. And it's that luxurious life. And that's the only way to self-care. Absolutely not. No, we will not do that. No. If you love to cook, then cooking is a self-care. If you love baths, then of course that bath bomb will add to that, but it will be the art of you taking a bath and relaxing. If coloring, if drawing is soothing to you, if it's adding positivity to you, improving your mood, then that's all about self-care and nobody can tell you no differently. So if you're like, okay, yes, I'm ready to add that self-care, how do I create this routine? Well, let's jump on into it. But before we jump on into it, I definitely want to encourage you to subscribe here to Undefined Therapy, where I create 2 to 3 mental health videos a week. And if you're already a subscriber, then thanks so much. I appreciate it. Step number 1, make a list of the tasks that you love to do. Don't do stuff that you hate. Don't do stuff that you're like, oh yeah, that'd be great for me to do. That can be on the bottom, but make sure you definitely start with the things that you love to do. Painting, drawing, coloring, reading a book, going to a yoga class, going to a pole dancing class, whatever the case is, list off all the things that you love to do. That list is like your bucket list, the golden ticket to you feeling better. So if your week is all out of whack, if you're out of sorts and unorganized, or even if you're just flat out tired, thinking about things that would make you feel better can be exhausting. You might just be like, oh, I'm not going to do that. Well, you already got your list. And so that's half the battle. Now identify the 3 best, kind of like your strongest. If you had your dream team of activities that you love to do, those are the ones that you want to pick out. So if you're kind of like, baths are okay, but I could do with a shower. That's not your core list. That's not your dream team. That's not your winning team. But you're like, you know what? I feel absolutely great after I am done watching Undefined Therapy. Then that's on your list. But all jokes aside, but if like reading a book is something that you love doing and you feel replenished and you feel relaxed, then that's on your dream team. But if you're like, you know what, after I take a dance class or after I take a yoga class, I just feel very within myself. I feel very balanced and just calm. Then that's on your dream team. Y'all get it, right? I gave y'all enough examples. And lastly, schedule it. Yep. Just pencil it in. That requires you to pencil it in and know how to schedule, but that's a different video. But schedule it in about 20 minutes a day. Carve out time for you to implement 1 or all 3 of those activities, depending on what you chose. Now, I say 20 minutes because we all got 20 minutes we could spare, whether that's scrolling through Instagram, watching a movie, watching a video, whatever the case is, we all have 20 minutes. But start there because that's very realistic. And I want it to be realistic because that means you will stick to it. You get it? I don't want to jump for an hour and then you like, ain't nobody got no hours, so then you just skip over it. No, start with 20 minutes, start with 1 activity. If you're doing it by the end of the day, that's great. That means that you are doing something that's great for yourself. Now, if you're like, okay, I didn't really do it, then try a different time frame. If the time frame isn't, try a different activity. It may have been that you thought this was something that you actually love, but when you had to put it into practice, you were like, I'm not really feeling you. Then we're just going to be flexible because as you're starting something new and you're adding self-care that's creating time, you are choosing to be present and to be active in your self-care, which is something that you weren't doing before, which is why you implemented this routine in the first place. So that's why it's important to be flexible. Don't be hard on yourself. Don't be mad at yourself and beat yourself up. At the end of the day, if you don't do it, that just means that you need to be flexible and find out what works for you. There you have it. That was 3 ways that you will actually create a self-care routine that you will actually stick to. It's important to find something that works for you, not the most luxurious, not the longest, but the most realistic that you will actually be able to accomplish. And that's all we want, right? Is for us to accomplish our goals and be healthy. If you found this video helpful, then definitely give me the like button. If you like mental health videos, don't forget to subscribe here before you leave up on out of here. I'm Rashonda Carey. I'm a licensed therapist and I make mental health videos to help you create your own path toward healthiness. And I will see you next time.